Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Making Public. My name is Mea Cellitto. I'm a sophomore editing and publishing, creative writing double major, and I will be your host for tonight. Making Public has moved on to taking on some big things this year, like adding women into men's spaces, truly inspired by everyone's overwhelming and unending love for Sourcebook CEO Dominique. I am the first female host ever. Thank you. This evening, we will be taking a look at all of the magazines Susquehanna has to offer. Following Making Public, a reception will be held in the Benjamin Apple meeting rooms where you will have the opportunity to pick up any of the magazines you want. With that being said, it is now time to introduce two of the women that I have the pleasure of learning from, Dr. Catherine Dent and Dr. Jessica Masterton, who will be giving a few opening words.
Okay, this one works too. Great. Okay. How many people here have never been to Making Public? This is your first time. A huge crowd. We're so glad you're here. This is one of our favorite events of the year. So much work goes into it on the parts of all of the students, all of the faculty advisors, all of the writers, and we're just so proud of everything that happens. And really what I'm up here to say is that I'm not going to speak because this is about all of you, and there are so many words to be said by the students. So I'm going to just let Jess say a few things, and then we're going to step off.
This is really easy. It is my pleasure to introduce Haley and Katie, who are going to come up and talk a little bit about tonight's theme and the wonderful materials that you have in front of you, bookmark and program.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's so exciting to see so many of you here to support our wonderful student editors and writers.
This year has been full of new opportunities, fresh ideas, and incredible dedication. Making Public marks the culmination of all of the hard work and the endless passion put into these literary magazines. We hope tonight gives you the excitement and satisfaction that you deserve for your efforts.
My name is Haley Seitz. I am the director of Fuse.
And my name is Katie Murray. I'm the current junior director of Fuse.
So on campus, Fuse, or the Forum for Undergraduate Student Editors, is a club for students interested in writing, literature, and publishing and editing. We also act as a bridge between the magazines on campus by putting things together like our magazine check-in meetings, and this year we had the first ever reading board exchange program. And we also help plan events like Meet the Magazines and, of course, Making Public. We've been preparing for tonight over the past few months, and now the moment we've been waiting for is finally here.
So our theme for this year is the cosmos of the literary community. As we come together tonight and we have the opportunity to celebrate the solar system that we've built over the past year. And when we consider our lives in the universe outside the university, all of the work we've put in during that time here extends into the next galaxy.
We are all an important part of this cosmos, infinitely expanding with the creativity of each and every student on campus.
We would also like to take a moment to appreciate the rest of our Fuse Executive Board this year. Please stand as we say your names. Our amazing PR team, Logan Camerata and Maddie Lugar, who created all of the beautiful designs and handled promotion for this year's Making Public. We would also like to thank our wonderful secretary, Al Virgilio, and our treasurer, Olive Lamberg.
This year's celebration would not be possible without the help of the Department of English and Creative Writing. We are incredibly grateful for your support that you provide to us not only in the preparations for tonight, but also throughout the year. We would also like to give a special thanks to our advisor, Dr. Masterton, who's been a major help in our preparations for tonight. Making Public is the time for us to see the faces behind these publications, celebrate the writers and staff members that make them possible, and see the products that will help us move forward further into the universe. Thank you to all of the editors, writers, and reading board members who helped make this evening possible. Without further ado, please join us as we enter the cosmos and travel to each of the bright, fiery, expansive editions of this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley and Katie. All right, it is now time to get into our first magazine. The first magazine we'll be looking at tonight is one of my personal favorites, RiverCraft, our literary magazine that publishes poetry, literary fiction, photography, and visual art. This magazine is a great way for students to display the most artistically creative sides of themselves, which is why I got to sit in a reading board for over 4 hours this year. Without further ado, RiverCraft magazine.
Oh. And now. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful night. We're so excited to once again be able to celebrate our literary accomplishments at Making Public with all of you. We're the managing editors of RiverCraft Literary Magazine. I'm Katie Murray.
I'm Sydney Howard.
I'm Trinity Trimmer.
And this year has been full of fresh ideas, exciting submissions, and a new look for the RiverCraft you all know and love. You all may have seen us making new changes to our brand, such as our fantastic new fonts and logos made by our head designer, TJ Skinzer, and have been hearing us talk about wanting to reimagine the way RiverCraft presents itself on the page.
So before we get into our theme and edition of this year, we want to give the biggest thank yous to our masthead. When we say your name, please stand up so we can properly appreciate all the hard work you've done this year. Please hold your applause until the end, or we might be here until next Making Public, and no one wants that. First, our head fiction editor, Ayla Kirwan, and assistant fiction editor, Rory Kennedy. Ayla and Rory closely read, selected, and copy edited this year's fiction submissions, finding what compares and contrasts among the pieces. Next is head poetry editor Jules Marsloff and assistant poetry editor Ashton Hall. Jules and Ashton aided in selecting and editing chosen poetry submissions and worked with poets on form and language. We want to give a special thanks to Jules, who, with the help of the fiction and poetry editors, took lines from each written submission and created a beautiful poem that encompassed this issue, an annual tradition of RiverCraft. Next, we have our head designer, TJ Skinzer, and assistant designer, Charlotte Houle. TJ designed this year's cover, and Charlotte assisted with laying out each piece, making sure our author's words and artist's work were presented with elegance. Next is our visual arts editor, Lindsay Hirschman. She diligently led our visual arts board in helping select the poetry and visual art you will see as you flip through the pages. Next, we have our PR team, Caitlin Wagner and Gracie White. Caitlin has done an excellent job running RiverCraft's Instagram account, promoting deadlines, events, and engaging with our followers through posts. Her April Fool's post about RiverCraft changing its branding to look like Minecraft was my personal favorite. Gracie has done an exceptional job redesigning and running our brand new website to more efficiently display current and past issues, which will be available later tonight. Thank you both for your hard work this year. Last, we have our archivist, Ava Warner. Taking on a new position is no easy feat, and this semester, Ava has worked on archiving past editions of RiverCraft so we can begin to transfer them to our website. I lost my place. We want RiverCraft to continue to have a long-standing history here at SU, and we appreciate the time it takes to do so. We also want to thank our new advisor, Dr. Apoorva Bradshaw Mittal. Your help and guidance in this process has been incredibly insightful, and we're so appreciative of all your time.
Next, we would like to highlight our reading board members. By dedicating their time, constructive feedback, and vision, the editors were able to take a closer look at and identify which submissions to select for publication. When you see your name appear on the screen, please stand up or raise your hand so we can recognize how much time you each dedicated to this issue. And we'll just give them a round of applause now. This year, RiverCraft did many things. We expanded our masthead to include a PR team, an archive director, and a visual arts editor. We evolved our brand with new colors, logos, and fonts. We curated the 2025-26 theme around selected submissions, and we even developed our tabling event game.
Okay, so without further ado, welcome to this year's edition of RiverCraft. We present to you Elegant Absurdity, a theme we found to be swimming in the words and visuals of each submission. And now for our cover, can we get a drum roll?
In our letter from the editors, we wrote, "Now more than ever, student artists, writers, and creatives are coming together to speak out against the discourse of our time, using their art to define themselves and what they truly find absurd. This edition has formed its voice around the topics that make us tick, that make us want to take a stand, and that demand alterations to the unjust that is settled into our daily lives. Elegant absurdity doesn't just mean getting wrapped in the beauty of each line and image, but also letting go into the push and pull as the words coddle and startle you, then leave you retracing your steps, wondering how you got to the end."
Okay, this year's edition would not be brimming with brilliance without the work of Susquehanna students. Submitting your work to magazines takes courage and vulnerability, and we want to thank each and every student for trusting us with their work. When you see your name appear on the screen, feel free to stand up or raise your hand so we can celebrate your art. Alex Vidal Perez, Arabella McClendon, Caitlin Wiersbecki, Cheyenne Nicely, Claire Gallagher, Devin Steinman, Ella Lang Baker, Eowyn Thompson, Faith Schneider, Haley Seitz, Julia Meskovich, Kyra Keenan, Logan Camerata, Lunan Ryba, Lydia Witherite, Mars Russell, Melody Hoffman, Olive Lambert, Rain Calderon, Rovik Merginio, Sam Miller, Sydney Griner, and Willard Phillips. The Juliet Gibson Award is given annually to celebrate the excellence of work from RiverCraft's edition and highlights 3 exceptional writers. This year, the award was judged by Chantel Gadori, a best-selling author of fairy tale retellings and romance, an SU alumna, and currently works as the assistant director of campus visits. She told us that this was one of the hardest choices she's had to make, and all of the works were deeply compelling stories with intriguing characters and thoughtful messages. Thank you to Chantel for your hard work and thoughtful selections. We are grateful for her kindness and contributions towards Susquehanna and the writing world. For our winners, please come up to the stage to accept the letter from our judge when your name is announced.
For the finalist in fiction, this writer's piece had incredibly inventive storytelling, vivid imagery, and compelling characters. The story immerses the reader in its narrative voice as it moves seamlessly between wit, clarity, and subtle humor. Its characters are deeply human, with struggles and quirks that make the reading of this work have an underlying layer of empathy. Its combination of humor, originality, and emotional depth leaves a lasting impression that none of us will soon forget. Congratulations to Masterful Plans by Caitlin Wiersbecki.
For the finalists in poetry, this writer was selected because Gadori was instantly captivated by its striking structure and vivid imagery. The structure allows the poem to unfold in a multitude of ways, emphasizing choice and the subtle power of human action. The tension between hope and inevitable decline adds depth and emotion, while the house can also be read as a symbol for a nation, giving the poem a broader resonance. It is a powerful reflection of responsibility, consequence, and the lasting impact of our actions. Congratulations to Playing God by Lunan Ryba.
And I have the pleasure of doing the last one for our outstanding student writer. So this writer's piece was incredibly evocative with its natural and effortless dialogue. The descriptions are vivid but easy to imagine, and even amid the devastation this piece explores, the moments of life and beauty emerge to create a sense of hope that we all dearly need. This piece sits with us long after reading it and leaves a lasting impression of resilience, survival, and the possibility of life even in the most unlikely places. Congratulations to Great Pacific Garbage by Haley Seitz.
Okay, that's all we have. Now on to essay.
Now is where I'm going to tell you I will not be saying thank you or how good you did, because I don't want to feel like a millennial mom up here being like, well, wasn't that just too darn cute? Like, I'm not going to do that, so we're just going to move. Anyway, the next magazine I get to introduce works with a form I have grown to love this year. Essay Magazine, Susquehanna University's long-form magazine that explores nonfiction, non-fake, or real for anyone that still needs to know that. Essay Magazine is a great space for the overly creative minds, the friend group storyteller, and of course, those of us who love nothing more than to trauma dump. This is where I will also plug our VIP center. Our overpriced tuition does in fact come with therapy. Please use it, it's great, guys. With that being said, it is now time to welcome Essay Magazine.
Hello, we are Essay, SU's known and loved nonfiction magazine. I'm Sydney Greiner, and I'm the managing editor of Essay.
And my name is Emma Ritter. I am the head design editor for Essay.
Before we dive into the exciting things that have happened with our magazine, we'd first like to recognize our wonderful team who was so integral in bringing this edition to life. Without their hard work and dedication, our newest edition wouldn't be possible today. We ask our team members to please stand when we call your name. We would like to thank Syra Ottinger-McCain, our junior managing editor, Camilla LeBron Crespo, our junior design editor, Logan Camerata, our website manager, and Rain Caldrone, our junior website manager. These are some of the most talented and dedicated people that I've ever had the privilege of working with. The amount of love and care that they put into their work is admirable, and it's something we could all learn from. Thank you all so much for your ideas that have made it possible to shape the magazine in such positive ways. We would also like to extend a thank you to our faculty advisors, Dr. Sean Ironman and Dr. Glenn Retief, as well as Professor Tony Zitta and Dr. Catherine Dent for their assistance throughout this process. We would also like to thank our reading board members, Allison Kling, Tanner Olds, Lillian Pependick, Awen Thompson, Julia Mayaskevich, Liz Bartholomew, and Ashton Hall.
In 2025, we returned with a full print publication of Essay for the first time since 2021. We are proud to continue our full print edition of 10 incredible essays written by our talented fellow creative writing majors, along with the Cunningham essay written by our wonderful Eric Kirkland Memorial Prize judge, Shiz Hui Zhao. In this edition, we did a redesign to highlight our visual art and photography submissions as we do our literary submissions. To do this, we have opted for a coated photo paper and designed the interior to give more attention to the art. After opening our visual art submissions beyond photography for the first time last year, we decided to include art on the cover for essay for the first time since the early 2000s. We focused more on reaching out to departments for submissions in the fall, and we are excited to share that we have had multiple submissions outside of the English and Creative Writing department this year. Furthermore, Logan Camerata, our head website manager, created a new website to host the amazing work we publish.
Now we would like to present the cover for this year's edition of Essay, painted by Logan Camerata.
Drum roll.
We would also like to thank all of our contributors. You guys have made this edition possible, and thank you to everyone who submitted. We would not be able to produce this without you.
The Eric Kirkland Memorial Prize originates from tragedy, the death of a promising young man in a military accident. If anything positive can come from such misfortune, this award, in some small way, accomplishes this. We wish to thank John and Sarah Kirkland for giving their blessing to this endowed prize. Each year, the memory of Eric's contribution to the writing program at Susquehanna, and in particular, his term as editor of Essay Magazine from 1988 to 1989, will be remembered by our current students and faculty through the awarding of this prize to an extraordinary student writer. Every submission we receive for essay goes into consideration for the Eric Kirkland Memorial Prize and reminds us the power of writing, to connect, to reflect, and to endure. The talent and heart evident in these works speak not only to the remarkable abilities of our student writers, but also to the enduring legacy of Eric Kirkland, a writer, editor, and individual whose passion for the written word continues to inspire us. We are grateful for the opportunity to honor his memory through the voices of gifted students, whose work ensures that his spirit remains a living part of our community.
We will be presenting a winner for the Eric Kirkland Memorial Prize, as well as 2 runners-up. This is what our judge has to say about the 2026 winner. This piece had 2 of the main components that draw me to a piece of created nonfiction: the strong narrative drive and skillfully deployed form and language. I admire how the jumps in time created suspense, while also allowing me to access different and sometimes contradictory mental states held by the narrator's various selves across the years, so that there was a constant shifting in my understanding of what was going on in their family rather than only one too neat or too static story. I loved its blend of action, and the balance between the 2 modes was executed impressively, and I thought it was a brilliant way to depict the complexity of the piece's central situation. Please welcome Alex Vidal Perez with their essay Fragmentos. This is what our judge has to say about our first runner-up. I liked this piece's surprising and inventive use of language. I also appreciated its willingness to experiment with an unusual formal container, which felt like it was mimicking the speed and movements of the author's mind. Please welcome Sydney Howard to the stage for her piece Provisional Dissections. And for our last runner-up, our judge had to say, I enjoyed the use of sensory language in this piece, as well as the way it moved seamlessly between facts, research, and surreal dreamscapes. On a sentence level, its pacing and control of rhythm felt appropriately hypnotic. This piece was Fathoms Below by Ellie Taliani. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful Making Public.
As we know and have heard many times, Susquehanna University has a very unique undergraduate program for our writers. We have one of the only undergraduate programs that gives us the opportunity to work real-time in workshops, building websites, and on magazines, allowing us to collaborate with other writers, editors, and publishers. The Apprentice Writer creates a one-of-a-kind opportunity for our Susquehanna University students to work with high school students outside of SU. This magazine gives our undergraduate students the chance to work in real time selecting works and editing them. And now, The Apprentice Writer.
Hello, we are Apprentice. Now we're Apprentice. For those of you who don't know, we publish fiction, nonfiction, and poetry from high school students all around the world, which is really cool. This year, we didn't ask our contributors for any sort of theme, and yet many of our young writers stepped up and wrote pieces that explored political oppression and hope for a better world in ways that were so articulate, giving us editors a hope for a better future too. We are very excited to tell you guys a little bit about what we've been up to this year, but you need to know who we are first.
So first of all, my name is Samantha Sims, and next to me is Ayla Kerwin. I am a junior editor at Apprentice, and she is a senior editor. We also have our other junior editor, Madison Spencer, and two of our senior editors, Arabella McClendon, who is currently away on her Go trip in Germany, and Jen Martin, who I would especially like to shout out as being so helpful with every single part of the process and contributing so much of her time and effort into the magazine.
Now we have our cover reveal. Yeah.
That's not our cover reveal.
Yes, it is.
Oh, wait, it is.
It's okay. So some of our accomplishments along with our cover reveal, which was also a student work that we found so engaging and also really fitting for this year's Making Public theme. So we continued our rolling submissions. We launched actually our biggest edition, and I hope you guys have been lifting weights because once you guys go pick that up, you're gonna need some muscles. We've awarded over $1,000 in prize money, we've revamped our website, and we've expanded with 2 new staff editors.
So the prize winners for Apprentice this year, first of all, our cover winner was Kai Amaki, who provided this beautiful craft piece and photographed it that we put right on the cover for everybody to see. Looks incredible. Our poetry prize winner is Gemma Hayes, who wrote Ruptured, I don't know how to pronounce this. Abecedarian of a Teenage Girl. Our fiction prize winner is Emma Nagel, who wrote Fishers. And our nonfiction prize winner is Shreya Shiravari, who wrote Department of Social Rules That Can't Be Broken. And while they are not here because they are high school students, I would still love to give them a round of applause. Thank you so much to Tony Zitta as well for helping support us through this whole process. Even though he couldn't be here, he works so hard to help all of our magazines, and I think he also deserves a round of applause for everything he's done. And that was Apprentice Writer. I hope you enjoy the rest of Making Public.
Have a good night.
All right, the next magazine is arguably one of the most unique magazines SU has to offer. Sanctuary Magazine is for our wacky, weird folks within our campus, meaning majority of the people in the creative writing major. Working with various forms of fiction, Sanctuary is also the least conventional magazine on campus, really making a space for everyone. Everyone has a sanctuary, and I was asked to give mine, so nobody better steal it because I am the only person that really goes there. It is right in front of the graveyard on a hill, so I sit right next to the graveyard and I write by myself. Nobody better steal that. It's really fun. A little bit morbid, but really calm, and I really love it there. I encourage you all to find your own sanctuary. Enjoy writing something. Let's welcome Sanctuary Magazine.
Hi, everybody. We are Sanctuary. My name is Cheyenne. I'm the managing editor.
I'm Rory. I'm the junior managing editor.
First and foremost, we're going to introduce our amazing staff. I'm sure your hands are all tired from clapping, so we're going to hold until the very end because we have a lot to go through. So first, we have our prose editors, Sadie, Francis, and Hannah. You guys can stand up. Don't be scared. Get up. Get up. Let everybody see you.
And then we have our poetry editors, Ella and Caitlin, and our visual arts editor, Faith.
Okay. We have Lindsay and Alberto, our multimodal editors, and Natalie, our budget manager.
And then our PR managers, Bryn and Shelby, and our website designer, Rihanna.
You guys can clap for them all now. And you guys can sit down. So this year we had a lot of accomplishments. We doubled our staff. We introduced a new submission category. We used student art for our cover for the first time in a couple years, which is really exciting. And despite our magazines not being ready on time, I did not fight with Bucknell's print shop. So everyone should be really proud. Thank you. I need that. Thank you, guys. And now for our cover reveal.
This is this year's. Why is it like?
I don't know why it's like that.
Not sure why it's transparent, but it won't be transparent when we get our actual copies from Bucknell, finally. And thank you to all of our contributors. A round of applause for everyone who submitted.
It would not have been possible without all of you. We loved reading through all of our submissions, and we have read through these pieces so many times they are ingrained in our brains in the best way possible. Going forth with that, we're going to do the Candlewick Prize. So this is a prize that is awarded to one writer or artist in each submission category for a piece that our editors thought stood out amongst the rest. So we're going to start with our visual arts because that student is actually not a Susquehanna University student. So visual arts goes to our art piece Bird and Apples by Nasta Martin, but she's not a student with us. But let's give her a round of applause anyway.
And then next, our poetry winner goes to Bobby Newsom for Wash Day.
Our multimodal piece goes to You Are Here by Mars Russell.
And then finally, our prose award goes to Jake Kalasa for The Toad.
Thank you guys all so much for coming out tonight. If you want to learn more about how to get a physical copy of our magazine when they come in, come talk to us afterwards in the Benjamin Apple meeting rooms. Thank you guys.
All right, the next magazine we will be traveling to is one that focuses on exactly that. Flagship magazine is for our well-traveled students focusing on the world outside of the Susquehanna simulation. Some outstanding places students have written about would be Walmart and Sheetz. Yes, I know. These pieces can be about anywhere or any place that is great to you, but it is well loved by our students who have traveled abroad and allows them to reminisce on better food and the ability to drink before the age of 21. Here is Flagship magazine.
Hi everyone, my name is Madeline and I am the Senior Managing Director of Flagship. Like Mia said, if you're not familiar with us, Flagship is SU's travel and place-based magazine. We publish written and visual works that focus on place, culture, lived experiences, broadening one's horizons, and more. And we also accept work from students outside of SU.
Hello everyone, I'm Caroline Hackett. I am the head editor of Flagship, and I'm so excited to introduce our wonderful team for the 2025-2026 academic year. I had the pleasure of working with Madeline DeMatt, again, our managing director, and then we had Olivia join our team. She's our new junior managing director. Special thanks to Ashton, who is our junior editor, who has been with me through thick and thin trying to edit these pieces, and the lovely Liz Bartholomew, who is our treasurer. And then we also have more expanded roles. Talia is on her Go trip, but we want to thank her for being such an amazing TikToker and Instagrammer. And the wonderful Logan, who is amazing and does marketing and amazing things that I can't do on social media. Yulia, who's our head designer, who helped create the most beautiful edition and the most wonderful website. And Wally, who's our head of outreach, who sends lots and lots of emails. Thank you, soldier. So this year we expanded our team. We now have 9 members with 8 majors. We literally had to count that out because I couldn't believe it. We became an SGA recognized club, and we publish works from 18 different countries and 9 different universities with students from at least 16 different majors. And this is our first print and online edition since our rebrand. We're so excited to show you what we have. And if you're wanting to join Flagship, we have 5 new positions opening. So look out for that. Come to our table.
So our cover this year looks like that. So this is a photo from Victoria Milburn. Victoria, if you are here, thank you so much. This is gorgeous. Victoria is a senior biomedical sciences and Spanish studies double major here at SU. You may have also seen this photo in the Go photo contest this year. It is titled Divinely Adored and was taken in Alicante, Spain, of a woman wearing a white veil during a religious procession through the city. Since 2015, every cover of Flagship that we know of has been of a landscape or an architectural structure, so it felt fitting that for our first print edition since our rebrand, we would have a person on the cover to point toward our new focus of cross-cultural experiences. And for the back cover, we inverted the colors of the front to represent the part of our mission that focuses on internal reflection and not just external travel and exploration. And then we have all of the countries represented in our 2026 edition along the side. Finally, we just want to thank our reading board members, our advisor, Dr. Roth, and of course, all of our SU contributors in our print and digital editions this year. Obviously, this edition would not be possible without you, so thank you for trusting us with your creativity. Please, let's give them a round of applause. If you are a contributor, please see us at the reception in DEG for your copy of the edition. And for everyone else, also please come see us. We have free copies and some other merch. That's really exciting. Thank you all.
Gingko is a magazine that I know all too well. While being an ex-STEM major, which is weird, which I'm aware, I've heard about this magazine since I first came to Susquehanna. Gingko focuses on bridging the gap between environmental science and creative writing. Almost think sci-fi, but like about a tree. Gingko opens up our writing spaces to majority of our STEM majors here at SU, and I personally am very grateful that they have their own space to experiment with writing, and it's something that's not chemicals, keeping our campus safe one page at a time, everyone. Here is Gingko Magazine.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Madeline Davis, and I'm the managing editor of Gingko.
My name is Avery Farrell, and I'm the head creative works editor.
My name is Trinity Trimmer, and I am Ginkgo's head academic works editor.
So as we begin tonight, we must start by thanking our amazing team. As I go through, please hold your applause until we reach everyone, and I invite our team members to stand up as we recognize you. We are so grateful for the hard work every single one of you have put into making this publication a reality. We would also like to thank Lexi Kaufman and Jennifer Martin for building the strong foundation of Gingko before they graduated this past fall. We are incredibly thankful for the work they did in handing off the torch to us so that we could have a successful print run this year. So they left big shoes to fill, and their legacy remains. So you know a bit about us. Next, we want to thank our environmental consultant, Emma. She works to make sure that all of our pieces have environmental and scientific integrity and ensure that everything that we do remains with that scientific that we try to, promote. Next up, we have our junior editors, Jacob and Olivia. They have been such an incredible help in making sure that everything that we are doing is, again, maintaining everything that we want. Yes, stand up, don't be shy. They've worked so hard this year in just supporting our print run, on being on our reading boards, and also contributing a lot of writing pieces to our blog. Without them, we would not be where we are today. Next, I want to thank Brody, our junior environment consultant, who, again, really just helps to contribute to our scientific integrity. His love of nature is truly astronomical, and he's given us so many photos that we have used in this print run, and I'm so excited for you all to see them. Next, we have Bree, our lovely website designer. She has been with us for helping to make sure that all of our websites and pages are as beautiful as they come, and she also has been in charge of making our online edition, which will be public after this event, so definitely all check out our website. Next, we have Madison, our lovely treasurer, who has worked to make sure that everything in our print run has been paid for. And then we also have Joy, our social media manager, who has done a great job this year in making us more active and involved online. Finally, we have Tyler, our secretary, who has worked to, again, create all the ramblings that I give during our meetings into cohesive sentences. So now we can applaud. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. So a huge round of applause to everyone.
So this is our third official year on campus, and this year we continue to expand our executive team by adding a new junior environmental consultant position, allowing us to gain a deeper insight into the environmental side of our publication. Last year, we went back to our roots and began a blog that was curated by staff content. This year, we opened up our blog submissions to campus to encourage a deeper connection to nature with our SU community. In accordance with this, we have worked on more outreach efforts both on and off campus, broadening our reach in our mission of environmental education. These efforts have led to submissions from across the globe and more recognitions on campus. This year, we were able to have 2 reading boards, one for our creative works and one for our academics. And these separate boards allowed our reading board members to shine as they focused on works they were passionate about, putting together a unique and special magazine.
We are so excited to bring our new edition to all of you. You can see the cover to our 3rd edition on this slide, which features a beautiful photo called Leaf Lines by Isabella Eldib Misano, an English writing, literature, and publishing major and Italian language and culture minor at the American University of Rome. We are so proud to feature a photographer from outside the SU community on the cover of our magazine, and we're thrilled that our edition is now live on our website. We're really proud of all the pieces we published this year and how the overarching theme of water connected them together. We're so excited for these amazing environmental works to be read and spread awareness.
So throughout our process, as I previously mentioned, environmental integrity is always at our forefront. We would not be the magazine that we are without the work of our environmental consultant. This position is held by Emma Dickinson, an earth and environmental science major who worked in tandem with our editorial and production staff. They acted as a liaison between us and the Earth and Environmental Science Department, fact-checking our submitted pieces and ensuring scientific accuracy in all that we do.
Emma went above and beyond working with our magazine, which is why we have chosen to include them in our letter from the editors this year. Through their countless hours of work and dedication, they have not only ensured our pieces maintained truth, but also worked to advance our publication as a whole. Although they couldn't be here tonight due to presenting at an additional environmental conference, we wanted to take some time to thank them for all they've done with Gingko these past couple years. Their contributions have been innumerable, and they will be greatly missed.
But it is not only our staff that has made this publication what it is. We want to recognize all of our contributors, both within our SU community and outside the walls of this university. To Isabella L.D. Massano and Ella Struck, thank you for your contributions. And to all our contributors, we want to give a huge thank you for trusting us with your work. The photography and written work presented in this year's edition is not only meaningful to the readers it will reach, but also to the environments they can help preserve.
So, as we conclude tonight, please make sure to visit our table at the reception after the event to grab a print copy of this year's Gingko edition, as well as some free stickers and bookmarks. Thank you all for your continued support, and we hope you all have a great evening. Thank you.
All right, we're on like the last magazine already, and I think it's gone pretty quickly. The last but not least is the Squirrel Magazine. The Squirrel Magazine gives our authors the ability to remain anonymous, which is something that no other magazine allows you to do, extending writing opportunities to those of us who might not feel quite ready to have our names attached to our work. The magazine is also not submission-based. You're free to show up and write. The Squirrel is especially loved by our SU students because it tackles all the things that really matter on campus, like our 4% tuition increase for the DEG clock. The Squirrel really functions as a print version of Fizz or Yik Yak, but that means much better writing. I would like to now welcome Susquehanna University's satirical magazine, The Squirrel.
Hello.
Now it's time for Silly.
In case you have forgotten, I am Haley Seitz, the editor-in-chief of the SU Squirrel, and I'm also the head design editor for this semester.
I am Lorelei Jacobson, and I am the associate editor-in-chief.
For the uninformed, the SU Squirrel is Susquehanna's satire publication, providing campus with the funniest and occasionally most accurate news possible.
We would like to take a moment to acknowledge our fellow serious business executive squirrels. Hold all applause until every squirrel has been named, and also stand when your name is called. We will have no squirrel left behind. God. Editor-in-chief and spring head design editor, Haley Seitz. Associate editor-in-chief, me. Fall head design editor, Molly Carome. Spring secretary, Maddie Lugar. Fall secretary, Tanner Olds. And head copy editor and treasurer, Ashton Hall.
There are still more squirrels. Our incredibly funny contributors from this year include Allie Demetz, Shelby Fowler, Sienna Forbes, Alma Gimbo, Rory Kennedy, Olive Lambert, Luca McCauley, Keith Sanders, Finn Sheridan, Ruby Solano, and Lily Warshaw.
Give these squirrels a hand, folks.
Lots of squirrels.
As usual, we were very accomplished this year.
We published 3 excellent editions with a 4th on the way, and have continued to expand upon what an edition can look like. We used a full cover graphic for the Time edition, an idea that we came up with entirely on our own, without any outside influence. We also made our editions more interactive, embedding playlist QR codes that readers could scan and use for and then we also used more full-page graphics. This includes our fan-favorite coloring pages and a few little creative exercises across all of our editions. Through everything, we have stayed strong. We have stayed silly.
We made merch.
Drum roll, please.
Yours truly designed 7 beautifully colored squirrel-themed stickers that will be available for purchase starting tomorrow. We will be tabling in Lower Deg on, get your notebooks ready, Thursday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We also have a special shirt with all of the card designs on the back and our lovely logo on the front. This is our first full merch line in 2 years. Yippee!
Our merch is beautiful, and we're excited to share it with the world. And now, the SU Squirrel presents the weather.
Let's head over to Susan with a look at this week's weather forecast. Take it away, Susan.
Well, Joe, tomorrow's looking pretty sunny. Things were a little cool this morning, but it's definitely warming up now. We've got a high of 74, but you can still expect some clouds. Excellent day for a picnic, don't you think, Joe?
That sounds great, Sue. I might have to take my kids to the park after school today.
Now, looking ahead in the we're warming up a little bit. Friday has a low of 199 degrees, and high temperatures are reaching the early 240s. Don't forget that sunscreen, Joe. We all remember how badly you got burnt last year. Saturday we are seeing some record highs for this time of year. It is going to be crucial that you stay inside. Do not go outside. I repeat, do not go outside. Not even for food, Joe. Prepare now. Stock up on essentials, hold your family close, and have a plan to get as far underground as possible. Caves with fresh water, basements, and bunkers are going to be ideal. If you have an ice chamber, now's the time to use it. That's going to be a lifesaver in this heat. It has never been this hot before, and it may never be this hot again. As you can see on Sunday, things will start to cool down again. Temperatures are going to be closer to what we saw on Friday, but it is still going to be a hot one. Drink lots of water. Make sure you're not spending too much time outside.
I've got some Ben & Jerry's in the fridge saved up.
What's your flavor of choice, Joe?
It's gotta be half-baked, no question.
Too true, Joe. Now things will cool down way on Monday, thanks to some record-breaking winds, really hurricane level. On Tuesday, you should expect some scattered showers throughout the day. Get your raincoats and umbrellas, and thank me later.
No! I'm seeing a big black question mark on the screen there. What's going on with Wednesday, Sue?
We don't know. We'll get through it, Joe. We've got Thursday to look forward to. We have to look forward to Thursday. It's going to be beautiful, Joe. It has to be.
Thank you, Sue. I am looking forward to Thursday. That's all the weather we have for you today. Now we turn to James with our traffic update. What's the latest, James? Oh, God.
It's okay.
My hands are shaking. Well, Joe, everyone has crashed. It's not looking good.
Wow, that was crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to Thursday now. Anyway, it is time to present the Squirrel's Award of the night, the coveted squirrel. This year's squirrel is the princely Pierre, who is small but mighty and will help carry us to success next year. This award symbolizes hope for the next generation of squirrels and a plentiful nut harvest for the next brutal Pennsylvania winter. He is awarded to the elected editor-in-chief for next year, Lorelei.
Come and stop by our table to see a special small surprise, and keep your eyes open for our final edition of the semester.
Thank you guys for having us. It has been a great year. We hope you guys have a great night.
All right. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Dent back to the stage to announce our winner of the Janet C. Weiss Prize winner.
Thank you so much. And, you're a pretty great host. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, can we give a round of applause for Mea? So for this award, which I think is the final event of the evening, it is my great privilege to represent the faculty of the creative writing side of our department. I get to do this as the director of the Writers Institute. And just a little bit of background about this prestigious award. It is a $2,000 award that goes to one person each year with the possibility of it being renewed the next year. So I'm going to read you the description of why we're fortunate enough to have this award. The Janet C. Weiss Prize for Literary Excellence was established in her memory by her daughter, Ellen Wise Goldstein, and son-in-law, Joseph I. Goldstein. Mrs. Wise attended Goucher College and Columbia University. She came to Sunbury after her marriage to Siegfried Wise and was his partner in building a philanthropic legacy that encompassed her special love of literature and the arts. She was an accomplished author. In recognition of her passion for letters, the Janet C. Weiss Prize for Literary Excellence is awarded annually to a rising Susquehanna junior or senior who, in the opinion of the head of the writing program, acting on the advice of the creative writing faculty, has produced the most promising work in poetry, fiction, or creative nonfiction. A junior recipient who continues to perform at the same level of excellence may retain the award for the senior year. So first, I'd like to announce and congratulate the person who won this award last year, who retains it for this year, who is Jules Marsliff. Jules, come on up. And it is my pleasure to give this award to someone who I have not yet worked with, but who has earned the esteem of my colleagues, and that is Rory Kennedy. Thank you so much.
All right, at this time, I invite our head editors to sneak on out. Everyone else, you have to stay here and sit in awkward silence for a few moments because I have a secret to share. They're moving. We're almost there. Okay. So as they leave, I'm now able to speak to you guys a little bit more freely. Thank God. I was told I couldn't say some things. Anyway, one of the sweet features of being the first female host is I get to see our extended guest list. Kind of like the Met Gala in a way. You guys didn't know that one, did ya? Now, I thought it would be a good time to make sure a very specific person was welcomed with open arms, and that would be someone who really just cares a lot about the creative world, and that would be none other than Timothy Chalamet. And I think it's really important that we welcome him here because he really just is into artistic expression in every way, shape, and form. However, he couldn't be here tonight because he had something like a tennis match going on, so that didn't work. But on the bright side, we don't need another tuition increase because we didn't need the security. Thank you, SU. He pissed off the dancers and singers, and they've been sending him death threats by point shoe and whistle notes, myself included. Real scary stuff out here. Anyway, with that being said, it is now time to bring our event to a close. I would really love to thank you all for taking your time to learn about this year's editions. If you would like to be able to pick up a copy of the magazines, there will be a reception held in the Benjamin Apple meeting rooms right now. This year, students who complete a punch card by picking up each magazine are entered into a prize contest. Please remember to write your name and email on the back so that you can be contacted. We also would like to invite all of you to our open mic this Friday, April 17th, where you will get to hear from our editors and you will get to see some readings live. Also, I think one or two of the magazines is not available tonight, but will be available Friday, so if you want every single one of them, go there. But anyways, thank you all for coming and have an amazing night.